Hello and good afternoon, and here we are on a Monday afternoon here in the UK. My name is Helen Jennings, and I am a stamping demonstrator based here in Northamptonshire, fairly centrally in the UK. And it is a delight to come on and join you and do a little bit of crafting on a Monday afternoon. It is just coming up for about 2 o'clock here. So yeah, welcome in to come and join me. So let me just bring up a few of my slides and let's rattle through a few things to know and things to that are upcoming, etc. First of all, here is my website, Love-a-Duckie.co.uk, and that is where you can find me, where you'll be able to find links to shops and blog posts and downloads and retired items and classes and all manner of things over there on my website. So my central hub where you'll find all things about my little business over at lovaduckie.co.uk. Let's highlight a few things that are coming up. We've got some upcoming classes. So our Stamper Stack during the course of October, or nearly skipped another month then, October, we're now in October. Our Stamper Stack for the month of October is going to be a mega Stamper Stack. So I have a Stamper Stack every month, and we normally make 6 cards, which are 2 each of 3 designs. So yeah, 2 each of 3 designs. And actually, I've just looked at that poster, and that poster is wrong. It says 5 each of 2 designs. It's not what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 each of 5 designs. I'll need to go and alter that little graphic just there. So yes, for the mega stamper stack, we're going to make 2 each of 5 different designs of quick and easy Christmas cards, so that you've got a nice little bundle of Christmas cards to take away with you. And that is coming up on the 17th of October. And beginning of November, I have my retreat. So I can squeeze a couple more people in if they'd still like to come for my retreat, which is going to be on the um, 4th of November. And if you can't make it in person, I can make you up a retreat in a box. So that is another option. If you cannot make it to us here in Northamptonshire, then you can always have a retreat in a box. Some other upcoming classes. This Saturday coming, we have our Saturday Stampers. If you would like to join me for that, shout quickly before I start cutting the class up, cutting the bits for the classes. But that's this Saturday, an all-day class from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and we're going to do some Christmas crafting. The Christmas Monthly Card Club for October is going to be the Berry Christmas. We're going to be using the stamps and papers and punch from the Berry Christmas bundle and suite for making our 5 different cards in our monthly card club. And then at the end of the month, this month's technique class is going to be a one sheet wonder, a festive one sheet wonder. And we're going to use the snowflakes for creating that class. So do come and join us for that. So that's upcoming classes and events. Another event that is coming up this weekend is World Card Making Day on Saturday. So obviously we want to celebrate World Card Making Day. If you would like to join myself at the in-person class, obviously we've just talked about that, but you also have the option of joining Stamping Up for an online event on Saturday as well, where you can craft along with the presenters on the World Card Making event. And if you want to do both, you can also do that. If you are busy on Saturday, you will be able to watch this World Card Making Day event on catch up. So you don't have to worry about doing either or on Saturday. You can do it all. So that will be worth checking out. And there is more details of the stamp sets and things that they are going to be using over on my website. But you can also always substitute things that you already have in your crafty stash if you don't have the products they are using. So that is coming up, as I say, on Saturday. Coming up towards the end of the month is our stamp camp. So that's where you buy the suite of products, the Winter Meadow suite from myself or another participating demonstrator, and you will get inspiration for 26 different projects that you can make with that suite. And for 13 of them, you will get a tutorial bundle and all of the cardstock and things that you need to create it. You'll get a make and take kit, as we call it, to make 13 of those projects, and then there'll be an additional 13 projects. So yeah, great value. Buy the suite and you get great value. So that is the Stamp Camp, and that's 13 different demonstrators from around the world get together to bring you that Stamp Camp, myself included. So that's always a lovely event. So a couple of more general things that are happening in October. Very exciting. It is actually Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary this year, and they are doing a very special 35 years starter kit offer during the month of October. Now it starts on the 3rd, I believe, which will be tomorrow, and runs through till the end of the month. And you have two different options for joining the Stampin' Up family. Normally, if you join at sort of normal times of the year, general times of the year, you pay 99p. 99p, that would be a good offer, wouldn't it? £99 for a starter kit. And for that £99, you normally get £130 worth of product of your choice, with free P&P plus catalogues and all of those sorts of things to get you going. So that is what the standard offer is. But for this month, there is this special birthday promotion, and you have two choices. You can either choose to pay 35% less for your starter kit. So you can pay £64.35 for your starter kit and still receive £130 worth of product. Fantastic value. So that is one option. Pay 35% less, but still get the same amount of product. Option 2 is to pay the same amount. So pay the £99 that you normally pay for a starter kit, but instead of getting £130 worth, you will get £175.50 worth of product. So you'll get a whole 35% more product in your starter kit. So those are your two options, both of them fabulous value for your starter kit. So if you have a wish list of things you would like from the catalogue, or if you would like to see the catalogue and build a wish list, if you're starting out and you want to build your supplies, then this is a fabulous way of doing it. Now, I can give you much more information about what it entails to join up as part of the Stampin' Up family, but the one thing that I always say is there are no obligations. There are only opportunities. That starter kit and all the products that you have are yours to keep. Nobody's going to take them away from you, and nobody is going to be chasing you. It will be up to you what you want to do with the opportunities that are available to you. But as I say, reach out to me and I will happily chat to you about the benefits of joining the Stampin' Up family. And the major benefit is the people that you get to meet along the way. How do I know that? Well, this next badge that's coming up is telling you that October is, for me personally, birthday month. Yesterday, if you follow me on my own Facebook page, or you may have seen that it actually was my birthday yesterday. So I had my birthday yesterday. I've eaten lots of cake, had cards and presents, had a lovely day yesterday. So October the 1st is the beginning of the Stampin' Up year for us. It is my birthday, beginning of a new month. And it is always beginning of a birthday month for me, because I celebrate my birthday at the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month is my Stampin' Up anniversary, the anniversary of when I first joined as a demonstrator. And this year is a particularly special one because at the end of October, I will have been a demonstrator for 10 years. So it's got a nice 0 after it. It is 10 years this October since I first joined as a demonstrator, and I have met some fabulous people, had some fabulous opportunities. So when I say to you that there are many benefits of joining up from the Stamping Up family, and not least of them is the discount that you receive. But actually, the most special thing for me has been all of the wonderful people I have met along that 10-year journey, including customers and fellow demonstrators. It has just been a wonderful journey this far. We carry on into the next 10, let's hope. But yeah, so this is birthday month for me. So as such, do keep your eyes open as the month goes on, because there will be little, special things going on, and quirks and prizes to be given away and all of those sorts of things. So do keep following me through this birthday month. And why not celebrate with me by joining the Stampin' Up family and joining our Love-a-Ducklings team, make use of that fabulous promotion that is going on. Let's bring myself back up. That's a whiz through the news and things. So yeah, I think now, after all that excitement, it's time to do a little bit of crafting. So let's bring in my downward facing camera. And in front of me here, I have got the Merry, Bold and Bright suite. And it is very merry, bold and bright. So this is a primarily Christmas suite, though obviously, what you do with it is entirely up to you. You don't have to make it Christmas, but it is a primarily Christmas suite, and it features lots of Christmas lights. So you've got sort of twirly strings or cables, you've got light bulbs, you've got filaments and the tops of the bulbs, you've got some great sentiments that you can mix and match. These ones here that are these bold statements that have a sort of negative effect, so that you're stamping the outline and the words pop out from the colour that you've stamped, as well as these sort of more scripty ones. Oh, what fun, holly jolly, love, Santa was here. Um, yeah, so some really nice stamp set and some dies that go with it. So you've got dies that are going to cut out your bulbs, but you've also got die cut filaments and die cut top pieces to your bulbs just here, as well as the bits that will cut out your stamped images. You've got again some more twirly whirly strings here, and some strings of lights, one in the sort of more square sort of light, and one in a sort of more rounded one. And there's a little star in there, and a couple of shiny sort of rays just here that you can use. So some really fun dies just there to make up lots of light cards. Also in this pack we have some papers, and they are indeed very bold and bright. As you can see, some of them have been used. Great stripes and stars and rows of lights, great big spots. There's some different lights, so those ones are more rounded. A nice big bold stripe there, rainbow of dots, a fa la 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 background, the stripes and the stars again, some more dots, some little Christmas trees. I expect you could use them almost as Santa hats. Another nice striped background there, and some little green Christmas trees there. So really, they really are what they say on the tin. They are merry, old and bright. They are beautiful, bright, bold papers. And actually lots of these you can use, way beyond Christmas, to create bold, colourful cards for all the year round. Let's just pop that back in that bag for now. And then the other thing you've got in here is some Melon Mambo and Granny Green foil. And you can bring that out. Got beautiful, bright, hot pink Melon Mambo foil, and that you've got all the cameras and things showing on across there. But there's the green foil as well, and there am I. Very, very mirrored foil, so in those really bright colours. And then we've got some ribbon and embellishments as well. The ribbon is an iridescent white ribbon, really pretty, because as with all iridescent things, it just picks up the colours around it really. So although it's predominantly white, it will pick up any colours that are surrounding it. And we've also got some little iridescent adhesive backed dots, sort of shades of pink and red and blue and green, all sorts of colours in there, but again they are iridescent, so pick up colours around them and reflect back the colours around them, so really pretty. So what shall we do with all of this bright and bold loveliness? And I thought we'd go a bit mad and die cut some bulbs from this foil. So we've got 2 of the rounded bulb and 2 of the more square bulb. So let's just, I'm going to cut 2 green ones. There we go, and I'll go 3 pink ones. So that's from the Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo foil that comes with the set. I've also, where have I buried that? Somewhere. Got some silver from the pack of silver that is in the annual catalogue. Dig about for my annual catalogue and see if we can find this silver foil. Here we go. Oh, is it actually now? Why did I think that was still available, or is it online only? Perhaps it's not. Perhaps I'm imagining that the silver foil is still available. Let me just do a quick search on my laptop to see if, yes, it is still available as a silver foil speciality pack. I think it is just available as an online exclusive now, but you can still, if you search, get silver foil, and you get sort of 3 different coloured silvers in it. And this one is, so you get sort of like quite bright silver. This one is quite a textured foil, and it's almost sort of got a purplish sort of hue to it. But yeah, a nice silver foil. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to cut some tops for my baubles out of that. And then I'm going to grab some card. Let's see what I can find. Ooh, that might be quite good. Won't matter if I don't cut it quite all the way across. I want some of these black strings. Let's bring in the mini cutter. And bring in some plates. So let's have 2 green foil bulbs. And we'll cut out 2 pink ones. Run that through. And I'm going to have 1 more pink one. So there's 2 pink ones. 2 green ones. Now, while I'm running this one white one through, one pink one through, I'm going to cut myself a slither of this silver, and picked up those 2 tops. I actually want the filament bits as well, so let's run some of those through at the same time. Through that comes. Do pop on and say hello. Do share, like, let me know if you've used this suite. It's one that you've looked at, or if it's one that you've avoided for some reason. Let's just bring these out. There's our other pink bulb. Let's come back with our silver. We'll need 3 more tops and 3 more filaments, so let's squeeze those in there. You've slid, let's slide you back again. So this will be very shiny with all this foil. I will be looking out for everybody that has liked, shared, commented on these videos over the next week. And I will do a draw next week to see who has liked and shared my videos. There's this one, and we'll do one on Friday as well. And I will send a little thank you to the person that I draw out. What that is will depend on where you are in the world. Obviously, as part of Stampin' Up's rules, I'm not allowed to send product to other markets. That doesn't mean I can't send a card and things. So I'll draw that out at the end of the week. So whether you're watching live, oh, excellent, Jackie. So whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on catch up, I'll be keeping an eye and adding those names to a draw, and we'll draw that out next week. As part of this birthday month, let's share the love. Right, pop these bits back on here. So we have our bulbs, another bulb somewhere. We have our filament pieces. There's the other bulb. And then let's just run through this black. And we'll get ourselves some strings from which to hang our bulbs. Is that on? Yes. Through it goes. Back to one side. These are interesting sort of curly bits, aren't they? They'd make, if they were white. Hi, Carol. Lovely that you've joined us. If these were white, they'd make good sort of snowy scenes, wouldn't they? That's worth remembering. That actually would make quite a pretty border, wouldn't it? It's quite an interesting sort of a swirl going on there, or on a coloured background somewhere. Okay, so there we have our little strings. You wouldn't want to cut those out by hand, would you? So we have our strings, we have our lights, and our filament pieces. I think it's the long ones on the pink ones and the curly ones, the sort of heart shapes almost on the green. Obviously I've cut these out in foil. You could do them in any coloured card. I've also seen them. Well, that's a very good question, Carol. What are we making? We are die cutting. We're using the Merry and Bright suite from the September to December catalogue. I'm having trouble with my months today. So September to December catalogue. So we're having just opening out. We're just having a bit of a play with this and deciding where it's going. I'm never very good at having pre-planned where these things are going to go. But for now, we've got our lights. We've got our curly whirly string. Yeah, I think I'm going to come in with a deckled rectangle. Do I want the biggest one? No, I think I am going to come slightly smaller, and we'll make that a bit more contained. And I think I might actually thread these onto this string. Because we can. I'll thread them on and spread them out. It's often the case that when I play with these things live, I may be playing with them for the first time ever. So it is often the case that you might be able to hear my brain tick loudly as I'm thinking on the hoof. I will stick those down in a minute and then they will lay flat once we've decided where we want them to go. But let's come in and do a background piece. Now I'm thinking I'm going to keep that because of all the foil and the colour in the front. I'm going to keep my background matte piece white. Dig about and find some basic white cardstock. Seem to have a piece big enough in my box of bits. Now I'm going to cut this at 14. I'm actually just going to cut it in half for now, I think. So I'm using A4 cardstock, obviously, because I'm here in the UK. So I've cut that at just a smidge under 14.9 by 10.5. But likewise, if you're cutting in half a piece of letter stock size, it would be at 5.5 by 4.25, and that's going to give me plenty to cut that rectangle plus a bit more. I'm going to run that through my big machine because that won't fit through my baby one. Just run that through. Here we have our little deckled rectangle. I'm just wondering about our papers. Let's grab these out again. See what we would like in the background. Might either go dots or stripes. I quite like the dots, I'm thinking. Could go multicoloured dots. Or stripes. I'm quite liking the stripes. Let's go stripes. I used to be indecisive, now I'm not quite so sure, but I think I'm going to go stripes. So I'm going to cut ourselves a piece of stripy paper, and I'd like my stripes to be coming this way across my card. It's going to be a landscape card, so I want this to be a 10 centimetre strip at the bottom here. That would be a 4 1/4. No, it wouldn't. It'd be a 4-inch strip if you were doing this in letter size. And then I'm going to cut this at 14.4. That would be 5 1/4 if you were doing a letter size card. I'm going to grab a white card base. I quite like those stripes in the background. They're quite nice, aren't they? Hi, Emma. Hope you're okay. I may sound a little suspicious in that, but I know that Emma is a teacher. So hoping you're okay, because why are you joining us on a Monday afternoon, as lovely as it is to have you here? So we'll have our little string coming across there with our lights hanging down from it. I think I'm going to stick that in place. I have transferred some of my Tombow glue to a little glue bottle. Let's see if we can add some glue. It's ready to be filled up a little bit, but it just enables me to put some spots on this string. Although these bottles aren't available from Stampin' Up, they are readily available from Amazon and I'm sure other craft stores and things. I'm going to just a little fiddly while you get these where you want them to be. You could just stick them on the top. You don't have to stick them going through if you don't want to. Just going to hold that down, add a little bit of glue in the back here. Are you coming out? There we go. We'll have one here and one there, and I'm deliberately making them a little bit higgledy-piggledy. I do like that word, or words, phrase. Have them swinging in the wind. And last but not least, let's have this one that's just past the loop bit. And take these bulbs. I'm going to just slot that under there. I'll slot that under there. This one I think we're going to need some dimensionals on because it's going to swing over the top this other one. And we'll have it stuck underneath but swinging over the top. The green one. And last, oh no, Emma in hospital. Get well soon. Oh, actually, I've just put some glue on that. I think that will need some dimensionals too. Well, it's lovely that you are joining us, but not that you're joining us not feeling very well. Get well soon. It's very early in the winter season to be struggling. There's so many bugs and things around, and it's been quite unseasonably warm and humid this weekend, which obviously never helps if you have problems with asthma. Right, should have stuck these down before I stuck these on top. Lesson learnt. There we go. Let's have you coming down there. So we've got them sort of higgledy-piggledy across there, and we're going to come in then with our filaments. Where's the other one gone? There it is. Out you come. Got a little bit there that's stuck. So let's hope bright and bold will cheer you up a little bit, Emma. What? It's got a little bit stuck inside too. Let's find our pokey it out. There we go. And pink. My little bottle needs some more glue in it. I'll go to a big bottle. It's very nice to have you joining us live, Emma. It's going back into school and having all these children that come in with their new term germs, sharing them nicely. Just what you don't need. And last but not least, oh, stuck to my finger. Stay. Another little pink one. Just have visions of this splurging in a minute. Right, I think I'm going to keep that string hanging off the end. Stick that on there. There's my little pokey thing. Let's that's it. We're having glue issues today. It's not one thing, it's another. Let's try that one. That's better. Let's go on to one that does want to play ball. So I'm going to keep that string dangling over the edge of that white background. Just stick that to the card base. And let's come back to this stamp set, and it's got all these lovely sentiments in it. As I say, some of them are like block sentiments that you're going to be able to build up your different sentiments with. I think we might go with have a happy Christmas, possibly. In a block. There's the haver gone. There's the haver. I'm going to grab the melon mambo and the granny apple green. And a piercing mat. And some white card. Let's ink that up. And this will be its first stamping, so we'll see how that goes. Sometimes, oh, that's pretty good. I don't think we'll quibble at that, will we? Have a happy will do in melon mambo. Have a happy. Last but not least, Christmas. That's the one I want. It's the one I was looking for a bit originally. Let's come in with that one. Let's ink that up in granny apple green. Have a happy Christmas. Oh, sorry, you can't see those. There we go. Have a happy Christmas in melon mambo granny apple green. And bring in my big scissors. I'm being careful not to smudge them. I seem to have melon mambo ink all over my fingers. I'm going to cut that round, leaving a bit of a white border. These bulbs look very odd on that picture as the light is catching them. Look quite washed out. They're really not. Really bold and funky. Have a happy add in Christmas there as well somewhere. Quite like that one up there. Yeah, think about there, about works. Have a, oh, got a bit of pink ink on there. Happy Christmas. And it will come in with some of these bright dots. Pop one where we got that little bit of an ink spot on there. Oh, I've left behind. Sometimes you can leave behind your glue dot for your embellishment. Just pick it up, add it where you need. I really did get pink ink on my fingers. Pick it up where you need it, add it back in. There we go. Have a happy Christmas. So that's sparkly for it. It doesn't show up as beautifully on the camera as it looks in real life. You're picking up all the reflections from everything around you, but really beautiful and bright. So yeah, really funky, bright, colourful card. So you've got a little bit of greens in there for some traditional Christmas colours, but then the bright, hot, bright pink really makes a difference. So that's one card. And I'm going to bring in this die here that will cut out lots of little lights. I'm just going to die cut a few of these. Do sing amongst yourselves. I'm just trying to avoid the pink ink on my hands. Run that through my big machine behind me. One. Two. Some more interesting die cut and off cut pieces. And do one more. And here comes number 3. And out it comes from the die. Let's have a look. I'm going to grab some blends. I think we'll have pink, granny apple green. Let's have some daffodil delight. Then with a bit of Tahitian tide. One more. Yeah, perhaps we'll have a purpley one. So I've got a whole host of colours there. Just going to colour the bulbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one doesn't work just there. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this one as number 5, 4, 5. Every fifth one, I'm just going to do pink. 4. Oh, I think I've done that one wrong, but we'll work that out when we get to it. Right. What colour shall we come in with next? Let's come in with blue. So next to every one that we've done blue, let's come in. Next to everyone that we've done pink, I should say, we're going to come in with blue. And then this one. Let's go yellow. Yellow. Yellow and yellow. 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 Yellow and yellow. And then we'll come in green. It was actually this first one that I did wrong, not the second one. But we'll have some green on here and on here. Here. So lots of nice bright strings of lights. Just adding colour to the bulb section. Like that. And then last but not least, let's come in with some Orchid Oasis. So we won't do that first one because we missed that one. This one. And this one. This one. Yep, there we go. I think we've got them all. Actually going to snip these in something like half. It might not quite be. Right, so we've got a whole little stack of lights here. That could come down the front of a panel of card. Let me just bring in a ruler, and I think, yeah, if we make a panel of card about 7.5 centimeters, which would be about 3 inches. I want a bit of coloured card in the back there. Might come in with pool party, possibly. There is some pool party in the papers. It's quite a sky-like colour. So I'm going to cut a band that's 7.5 centimeters, and I will cut that down to 14.4, I think. And let's just stick these down this piece of card. We may need to trim them off a little bit, just put a little dot on each bulb. Don't worry with that little tiny bit there. I will just snip that off. Oh, that was a lot on there. Take our next one and just take some of the glue off of there. That bit on the bottom. Oh, missed a colour there. Don't know what colour that should have been. We'll make that up in a minute. Last but not least, one has scooped up a bit too much glue. Let's get rid of that, and I think it wants to be. Let's take in our scissors and just trim off any of these bits we don't want or that's overhanging the edge. Part of the light just there. This part of the light just here. Right, so now we've got a whole little host of colours coming in, and obviously you would have taken far more time to colour all of these bulbs than I did. So if we see any bits that need filling in, we can do. So we've got a nice panel there of different coloured lights in the background. We've got another card blank. I'm going to get some more basic white. And take a piece that is come in with 6 centimeters, might trim that, bring it across to 9.5 centimeters wide. Take a bit more pool party. What was that? That was 6, and it's come 6.5 and 10. We're going to have this coming across here like this. So we've created our own background this time, so we could have missed off some of those lights in the middle. It was only about 1 strip. Let's bring in the stamps this time. Oh, look at all the ink on there. No wonder I'm picking up ink from all over the place. And I'm going to come in with just the curved stamp because that's the stamp that is on the background there. Just grab a baby wipe before I get even more ink all over myself. I don't know how I've managed to get so much ink on that bit of plastic. That is that's dedication to the cause, that is. Hi Susan, lovely to have you join us as we're playing with some Merry Bold and Bright and getting ourselves very inky in the process. So let's go back. We've already got some melon mambo out. I think I might get some Tahitian tide, and I've got some granny apple green there as well to come in first with some melon mambo. So I'm going to ink that up, bring in my piercing mat because we are using photopolymer and we're using a very solid photopolymer image as well. So it's really good to have that bit of foam underneath. So there's a melon mambo bulb. The original rubber stamps automatically have that bit of foam built into them, whereas the photopolymer ones don't. So it is useful sometimes to add that give underneath. Right, so I'm inking up with Tahitian Tide now. And then last but not least, some granny apple green. Bring that coming up like that. Let's bring in our little top to our bulbs. For the smallest block, a little A block there. As I've no doubt said many times before, when you are stamping, you really want to try and match the size of your stamp to the size of your ink block as much as you can, because that does just save there being that rocking going on. I'm going to come in with some, I'll stick to just plain stamping. I'm going to come in with a smoky slate, I think. I am going to stand up for this, and I'm also going to stamp it off first, I think, to give a quite pale So there is some curly whirly stamps on here, because I'm going to want these to come in a very particular place. Just taking my stamping white marker and adding in a little string on the top there. Let's have a look, see if we can bring some of this iridescent ribbon in somewhere. Very pretty. And actually, I will change my mind on my card base. I'm going to bring in a piece of thick basic white, and I'm going to still cut it in half, score it in half, but I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to cut it at 10.5 and score at just under 14.9. So that would be cutting at 4 1/4 and scoring at 5.5 if you were making a letter size, because then I can wrap that ribbon round. That wasn't very well scored, Helen. Dear, oh dear, there you go. The bone folder needs a good clean. Right, so we're going to have that underneath there like that. We're going to have that coming on the top. We're going to have this coming in around the bottom to give us that, just that little hint of that iridescent ribbon, which is rather nice. We're going to want a greeting of some sort. I do like this. Oh, what fun. I think that would be a good one. Got the rain coming down here now. I really wanted to do it directly onto there, but I don't think I will. I think I will do it onto a bit of cardstock. I think I'm going to go black. So let me get my memento out. I'm going to have, oh, what fun is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. And I'll bring in my paper snips. I think we'll cut round here. And then on the bottom, we're wiggling along the line, as following the line of the words and the font. Oh, what fun. Right, let's do some construction. So we'll take our coloured in light bulbs in the background. And to add these light bulbs to that matte pool party. Decide where that's going to go. Up there, I think. Take a couple of bits of tear and tape. Move that out the way for a moment. Open that up. One. Two. We'll tidy that up in a moment. Let's there. It's I can't see my dimensionals. We're using up edge bits on this one, but that's okay. Just tearing those edge bits off. Nobody sees what's happening on the back anyway. Take the backs off. And that in there. And we've got our Oh What Fun. Stick that down over the top of these light bulbs just here. And then I think we'll take these bluey ones. Couple there. One up there. Now I am just taking a piece of copy of paper here. I'm going to cut this at 9.5 wide. Just fold it in half. And then making sure I'm not cutting the fold side. So to cut the folded strip to 13.9. Let's add a bit of Tombow to the upper side of that. Pop it inside. Shut that down. And then we've got an insert that's covering up our tear and tape inside. So there we have one card that's using all that foil and those die cuts. And although that doesn't show up very well on camera, it is very shiny and very lovely and bright. And then we've got one where we've used that die in the background, coloured all those lights in to make our own background. Could have left it white on white, could have done it blue on blue, made it a very subtle background, but we used our Stampin' blends to add some colour. Could have done that with Stampin' White markers as well. And then we've used the stamps on the top here to stamp some lights. So it could go on the top of those lights with a bit of wink of Stella, perhaps, to give them a bit of twinkle. That would be quite fun. But yeah, so just a couple of cards as we start to explore playing with the Merry and Bright stamp set and those coordinating dies that are buried underneath here, along with bits of card and pens and all sorts of things. So there's that lovely little collection of dies that are going to help you to build up all of those beautiful lights for some Christmas cards. And not only that, but you get these really intriguing negative pieces that I'm sure could be used for something that almost looks like a spine. That might come in for a Halloween skeleton card. Yeah, but some really interesting shapes and swirls, and could be snowy backgrounds that you get with the negatives from these dies. So a great fun suite, lots of bright colours, lots of bright papers, gorgeous holographic ribbon, sparkly dots. It's good fun. You can't help but smile, I don't think, when you're playing with this particular suite of products. So on that smiley note, I'm going to go off, and I think it's time for a cup of tea. But in the meantime, have a great week. As I say, I will put anybody that comments either on the lives or on the replays. If you are commenting, I will be doing a draw next week and send a thank you to somebody wherever you are in the world. It will depend what I can send you as to where you are, but I will be putting your names into a draw. So do come back on Friday, whether you can join me live or on catch up. Get well soon, Emma, in hospital. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll talk to you all very soon.